was outlandish. Banks got branded. Split up all the families, then shipped across the Atlantic. So many died from the famine. Threw the dead bodies overboard, sharks ate them like salmon. I know you can't stand it. I spit the truth, goddammit. Big business got managed, dig it double back. Came to pick up all the blacks. Wilkes beat up our back, we never got to relax. Pretend to set us free, but then you double back without a crack. The type of game that you play, hey, to keep it real, I ain't going for it. Beat a couple court cases, had a warrant for it. Told my mama if I ever did time, I'ma raise up the whole yard. Had my lawyer like, oh Lord, district attorney added more charges. No problem, I ain't tripping, thumbing through the scriptures. Muhammad said the Lord with you, boy, that's a small issue. Bounce back out the rebound, UPK got the heat now. They done let me off the leash now, teaching in the streets now. A part of Lost Tribe South, but it started in the East now. Look, this for my people, this for my people. Yeah, this for my people, this for my people. This for my people, yeah, this for my people. Fuck the white man, fuck the white man, fuck. Fuck the white man, fuck the white man, fuck. Fuck the white man, fuck the white man, fuck. Fuck the white man, fuck the white man, fuck. For my people, this for my people. Yeah, this for my people, this for my people. This for my people, yeah, this for my people. Fuck the white man, fuck the white man, fuck. Fuck the white man, fuck the white man, fuck. Fuck the white man, fuck the white man, fuck. Fuck the white man, fuck the white man, fuck.
We rock. Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School Universal on Practical Knowledge, started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding Hannah. And since 1969, we've been teaching the truth for Black Hispanics, Native Americans. That is that they are the children of God. You are Israelites according to the Bible. That's your nationality that has been stolen from you.
That's right.
From the hands of your oppressor.
That's right.
In today's class, we're going to be going over brotherhood over whores. That's muted, right? Brotherhood over whores. The reason why we're going over this is because everybody didn't see what happened with Will Smith and Chris Rock, man. And we're going to go deep into that scenario. Why what happened, and how come, and what to take from that scenario. Because a lot of people just seen it as a joke, right? You take it as a joke, like, oh, he slapped him, oh, it's all funny. But what you really seen was what goes on in the neighborhoods and the hoods of Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans every day.
That's right.
And the reason why stuff like that happens is because we choose to fight over whores instead of picking women. Oh, women of God, right? Instead of all women choosing to be women of God, they choose to be whores because America teaches you that whores get a better say-so in this world. Whores get a better life in this world. And that's why our women act the way they do, instead of being a child of God, a daughter of Zion. So if I can, let me get my first precept. Let me get let me see. I'm gonna start off Lamentations 2 and 15. Because what you seeing here with the Oscars, man, like we shouldn't even been fighting to be in the Oscars, first of all. Right. This is what you seeing as the first, as a thing we always do as Black, Hispanics, Native Americans. That is kind of join together with the oppressor. You see it with the Major League Baseball. We had our own league, the Negro League. We wanted to join in with them, give them all the glory and all the money. Right. We had our own league. We had our own arena. We could have our own arenas and everything. We could have been straight. You had, with Martin Luther King, he did a whole cancer on us, man. Right. We had our own schools, our own doctors, our own hospitals, our own businesses, and we joined with them. And there's nothing different right now with the Oscars. They prayed and cried to be with the people, the oppressed in the Oscars. Now that they got their chance to be in the Oscars, look how they made themselves look. Look how they made themselves look. They over here, you have a brother who got up and slapped another brother on live television in front of 20 million people. When they already looking at us as criminals and drug dealers and fighters, whatever they want to call us, what they want to make it seem like. And what you did was show everybody they was right. They want to blame it that when you poor is the reason why there's violence in the hood. Well, Chris Rock and Will Smith, they both rich. Right. It's because they are dealing with something that's bigger than themselves. Black people carry their trauma everywhere they go, and we've seen it at the Oscars. We're gonna get into really why he really hit that brother, and how come Will Smith is a coward for doing that, and why that moment right there when he tried to be a righteous man and try to fight for what he thought was right made him more embarrassed than before. So read what you got.
It's the book of Lamentations, chapter 2, verse 15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem. Right. Saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty? Who's the daughter of Jerusalem? That's Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. These other nations, when the oppressor, when this stuff happened, they shake their head like, These are the people that's supposed to get the kingdom of heaven. Right. These people who come and hit each other. You talking about brotherhood? He come up and hit this man right here on the stadium. That's what he did. Those supposed to be the people that we're supposed to listen to. They don't even know how to act right in a civilized place. Right. They don't even know how to act right. They got to get up and hit each other and act a fool amongst millions of people on a night that's supposed to be to remember. We let you in. Shoot, you should have acted like the good Negro you were. But we know this was gonna happen. We know you was gonna act like the Negro you was. Right. That's what they thinking in their head because they laugh and hiss at us because we make decisions like this time and time again because we have no leadership and people refuse to be in the truth, be in the ISUPK and the Commander Junior Hunter. So they're gonna fight for things that's not worth fighting for. Fighting for whores that's not worth fighting for. Right. He did that scenario. He fought for that woman, right? Because he thought that was right. Now look at him. Everybody, as soon as that happened, you thought Chris Rock was supposed to be the man for the jokes. Who is the man for the jokes now? Will Smith. Everybody like, I can't believe he did that. I couldn't be me. That couldn't be me. She ain't gonna embarrass me like that. I'm gonna do that. That's because Will Smith, man. He is in love with a whore, and he's in love with a whore. And it's a hard way to get out there, man. Read that again.
It's the Book of Lamentations, chapter 2, verse 15. All that passed by clapped their hands at thee. They hissed and wagged their head at the daughter of Jerusalem,
right,
saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth?
Let me tell you something, man. The reason why they were so angry right there, Will Smith was so angry, is because black people carry their trauma wherever they go.
Right.
For as long as they made it seem like that, the reason why we so violent is because we was poor. But the real case is that we still suffering from the effects of slavery.
Right.
And you seen it right there. What you seen Will Smith do was an outburst that every black man go through in the world because of their trauma. What was Will Smith's trauma? Will Smith was supposed to be a rich man. He's supposed to have no problems. Right? You know how he was supposed to have no problems. He got a good life. But yeah, something ticked off in his head to make him get up there and hit that man.
Right.
Because when he did that, and the crazy part about this is that when he did that, everybody else, they looked at it like it was normal. All the oppressors, all the heathen, they looked at it like it was normal. They expected that out of black man. They feel like that was going to happen. Because we are looked at that way throughout the world. You go in the hood, they be like, oh, I know they're going to shoot each other. I just got to drop guns in the neighborhood, they're going to shoot each other.
Right.
They expect this type of behavior out of us. You get what I'm saying?
Sorry, if I could, what you're saying is heavy. Not only do the oppressors expect that behavior, they've manipulated us to expect that behavior out of each other. Right. That's the reason why you didn't see no brothers and sisters, really try to stop the situation. Right. He walked up there pretty slow. Some, security guards could have went. A brother or sister could have stopped him. They allowed that to happen because that's what they want to see. They wanted that to happen, just like the oppressors knew that was going to happen. Right. So, now
let me get Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 26. Because Will Smith was dealing with like the class is about brotherhood over whores. Why? Because Will Smith's love of a whore made him hate his brother. That woman has been embarrassing him and has him trapped. That man is trapped in love with that woman. Right. And he can't see it, and he's willing to kill his brother, hurt his brother over a woman that don't care about him. A woman that's not even his. That if a woman sleeps with another man on you, she's not your woman anymore. Will Smith is fighting a fight that's not his. August Alsina should have been up there fighting against Chris Rock if it was that serious. That's what should have been defending that woman. And you see it all the time. That woman has been disrespecting that man, and the reason why he chose Chris Rock, because it wasn't even about the joke. He made a G.I. Jane joke, right? On a bald head, right? Now, you come from an era where they made jokes about people with AIDS. They make jokes about people with wheelchairs. They make jokes about all kinds of stuff. I mean, dang, if you're going to be a comedian and be successful, it comes with the territory. You're going to get jokes clowned on you. It's going to come with it. And you just, okay, it's good. And out of anything, Chris Rock made a G.I. Jane joke when he could have talked about the situation that was going on in their marriage. Right. If anything, he did an empowerment joke. That G.I. Jane, she was a bald-headed woman who fought in the military or something like that, right? Right. It sounded like he was not even making a joke. It was like an empowerment.
Oh, so long if I could, I believe also they were saying that I think the joke may have hit a lot worse because through the storyline, maybe it was an older woman messing with a younger man.
No, I wouldn't say that because check this out. The joke was so quick. You're not even really deep getting down into the deep. True. I mean, she got the bald head. She looked just like the G.I. Jane girl. Right. That's what the main story is about. But the whole point was it's not even he wasn't mad about the G.I. Jane joke. What I felt with the problem was Chris Rock could have said anything about his wife. He could have said anything. He could have said, "Oh, I'm glad you're doing work out there." Say something sarcastic. He would have got up there and still hit that man. Right. Why? Because he wanted to choose a man that was weak to prove his point from all the trauma he was getting when everybody was making fun of him by his wife sleeping around with everybody. Yeah, right. That's why he got up and hit that man, because he knew he could get away with it. And that's what makes him a coward. Read what you got?
You said Ecclesiastes?
Chapter 7, verse 26? Mm-hmm. What it says? No, give me Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 26.
Okay, Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes.
Mm-hmm. And right now, man, we're gonna go down like the characteristics and why it's bad to
deal with whores and why you shouldn't marry a whore and you should marry. Then we're gonna talk about why is it better to get a woman of God, a daughter of Zion, man? Because these whores are gonna drive you insane. Will Smith right now, Will Smith is $1 million man who won an Oscar, who got all these movies, and he's still trapped under a whore.
Right.
Anybody can get it, man. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Right, go ahead.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
I find it more bitter than death, the woman, whose heart is snares and nets, in her hands as bands. Whoso pleases God shall escape from her.
Okay, he said, whoso pleases God shall escape from her, man. Will Smith does not please God. You see it right now that he can't escape from that woman at all. Let me tell you something. It's so crazy, like a woman, an adulterous woman could shape a brother's mind, right? He rather, now say he did take offense to the joke, because we're going to take the brother word. He said the joke crossed line because he knew what his wife had, the problem she was dealing with. You rather laugh at him as somebody joking about how many rods your wife is taking, but you rather that than somebody talking about your woman's bald head.
Right.
You mean to tell me that? You mean to tell me that's the right thing to do right now? And if anything, we're gonna get into what he should. If he really was mad at that, what he should have did. But to get on live television and go and hit your brother in front of millions of people that you know that deal with a childhood trauma. He knew that brother dealt with a childhood trauma, and he knew he was going in the back. And that makes him a coward and a bully. And the worst part about it is he didn't even do that for himself. He did that to make his woman proud. He hit that man because he thought it was going to make that woman that doesn't love him again.
Right.
You see it all the time. She talked about that man time and time again on Red Table Talk, had that man crying. After Red Table Talk, she told the man that man's not good in bed. She's publicly embarrassing this man, and this man sees it. And this man says, I'm not going to get divorced. She don't even love the man. And he's fighting to stay with this woman because now it was in a standpoint of, I got to, it's kind of like Stockholm Syndrome. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like you fighting so hard for that, to get that the applaud from somebody or get that welcoming from somebody. He's trying to get that from a whore. A woman who's a child molester at that. He's trying so hard. He got up there and slapped that man, thought it was going to make his so-called wife proud. And it didn't, because she's a whore. You can't make whores proud. You can't. Can you start from the top, Bible Show?
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 26. I find more bitter than death, the woman,
right,
whose heart is snares and nets,
right,
and her hands as bands.
Mm-hmm.
Whoso pleases God shall escape from her, right, but the sinner shall be taken by her.
It said, but the sinner shall be taken by her, man. Let me tell you something. It says more bitter death than death to woman. Right now, what Will Smith is going through is bitter than death. That pain and that embarrassment to go through all that, what he's going through, man, people wish they rather die. It is bitter, man. It's not worth it. And that's why if you change your life, and look how practical it is. You change your life, you know how you escape her if you pleases God, because you would know that God said there shall be no whores of the daughters of Israel.
Right.
You would listen to what God said. You would know what God said about finding a righteous woman. In the ISUPK, we have nothing but righteous women. We have nothing but righteous women. But you want to not please God? You want to find you a woman, find you a whore because she looks good, and you're going to get hell. You're going to have hell. You're not going to escape that. Now, with that, let me get my next precept, Proverbs 11 and 22. Mm-hmm. Because most times, the reason why we, a lot of people in our community fall for this, because we look at women based on the way they look, right? We don't really go by the spirit. We really don't go by how good they are. They cook, they clean, they're a good wife. We just looking at they look good. You know, their eyelashes done, they doing this and doing that. But that stuff don't matter when her spirit is nasty. When her spirit is nasty, when she doesn't even want to be with you, but you convinced that because she look good, you gotta be with this woman. You got that precept?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 22. As a jewel of gold in a swine's snout, mm-hmm, so is a fair woman which is without discretion.
Right, a jewel. You know that jewel of gold is, man. That jewel of gold is you, man. A good man, right? And you giving your heart and your soul into an unclean woman. So what does it matter? Like if you have a jewel of gold and it's in a swine snout, you can't even touch that jewel of gold because that pig is unclean. That swine is unclean.
Right.
So just like that, read the next verse. Read not the next verse, but the last part without discretion.
So is a fair woman which is without discretion.
Meaning, how did I say this? She make private matters public. And that's exactly what's going on with Will Smith and Jada, what's her last name? It was like Pinkett.
Pinkett Smith.
Right.
Pinkett Smith.
Them two, because she make private matters public because she hates her husband. Right? You go on Red Table Talk and talk about the things you did to your husband while people are viewing. Know it's going to go viral. Then after that, not only did you do that, you come back and talk about how your husband wasn't good in bed. So does a woman who seemed like she loved her husband will do that to her husband? No, and that's why Will Smith is going crazy. Because this woman don't love him, but he loves this woman. He's going to die. He's going to hurt his brother to prove that he loved this woman. When his brother's the one who loves him. You know how much that brother loved him? He didn't do nothing back to him.
Right.
He went and slapped that brother on live television. And when you watch the video, he said, I could, I'm not going. Right? He's about to say, I don't know what he's going to do, but he could have did all kinds of, he could have fought back. He could have made a dozen jokes, but he chose not to. You trying to fight for the love of a whore rather than fight for the love of your brother? And that's the exact same thing is why we are dying in the hood. A lot of people want to support what happens and defender, but yes, they stop the black on black crime. You know how many black brothers die in the hood from whores? You walking with a woman, she done cheated on you, and the brother said, "Yeah, that's why I did this to your woman." Now that brother's getting shot.
Right.
Now then you shooting brothers that he know he's not scared of, just like in the hood. Just like Will Smith smacked that brother, he knew he was gonna do that too. The same thing that happens in the hood. You shooting brothers for less because you in love with a whore. Let me tell you something. If you was in love with a woman, you never even been in that. If you never been in that predicament, she ain't gonna allow you to rub her name in the dirt. It's not gonna be able to, because she going to have what that word say again.
So is a fair woman which is without discretion.
She's gonna have discretion. That good, righteous woman gonna have discretion, and not the whole block gonna know your neighborhood. She's not gonna be in every man's house, right? Give me Salagia. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 1. That's it.
Gotcha.
Because like I said, man, she had a good name. If that sister had a good name, if you had a sister with a good reputation, you wouldn't have to fight. You wouldn't have to fight and make yourself look embarrassed and protecting her name, because her name is blameless. And that's what we do here. That's what sisters come into school to do. They come to make their new name blameless, their new self blameless. They killed the old person to come and make themselves blameless now. And through Most High in Christ, you could come and make yourself a new reputation. Only the Most High in Christ can offer you that. When you come into school, we do not even think about what you did in your past.
Right.
But you want to stay in the world, you a worldly person. We're going to deal with you accordingly. Read that precept?
You said Ecclesiastes?
Yeah, that's going too. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I clicked the wrong one.
What's it?
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 1. A good name is better than precious.
What?
A good name is better than precious ointment.
Mm-hmm. Right. Now, let me tell you something, man. You want to be a woman worth defending. That's what you want to be as a woman. You want to be a woman worth defending. You want to be a woman that's worth a man standing up for you. You know what's going to happen when you're worth that? It's not, you don't have to stand up for you. A good woman's not going to put you in positions like that. A good woman's not going to put you in positions to be made a joke throughout all social media, throughout the whole world. A good woman's not going to do that, but a whore will. A whore will be doing dirt to you under the sheets. And if you want to love her, you're going to be attached to her. Everybody going to know you because of who your woman is, right?
Right.
Just like when you're going to be fighting your life if you stay with her. That's what the scripture says. We're going to get that. We're going to put that scripture. But that's why you cannot go back to a woman after she committed adultery against you. Like, think about this. You're gonna be fighting for the rest of your life. That's just nothing different when a brother and sisters at school, you know, his sister fasts. His sister gets around. What that brother got to do his whole time in high school? He got to fight. Mm-hmm. He got to fight because they are talking about his sister.
Right.
Now you married to a whore. Now you got to fight because they talking about your wife. You're gonna be fighting all day, and then different. You know how you got brothers and sisters. You know, one back in the day, you know, they applied it now, but when a man was homosexual, he get joked around too. You will fight for that. You always gonna fight for things that is not good in God's sight.
Right.
Because God is not with you.
Right.
God is not with you, but now you gotta fight to prove what? What you gotta prove? You fighting for this woman who's by action showing that she don't love you, but that's what the Christian church teaches. The Christian church teaches you don't need no action behind nothing. If a woman who cheats on you every day, right, say I love you, what the Christian church teach? That she really loves you.
Right.
Why? Because Christians love God, but they sin every day. That's in their mind. They always confess that they love God, but they sin every day. So why can't a woman who cheats on you every day love you?
Right.
That's what they're teaching, and that's why was plaguing our community is the Christian church in the hands of the white man. Because he's teaching our women to be whores. He's teaching our women to be whores and that we can't say nothing about it. Just like the same thing with homosexuality. He's teaching our men to be homosexuals and we can't say a damn thing about it. God forbid we say somebody, they're going to cancel us.
Right.
We are a hate group because we stand on the side of what God stands on. We are a hate group because we tell you what's wrong and what's right. That's it. And the crazy part about it is, even if that sister was a whore in her back in the day, we telling her that she still could repent and become a new person. But we are a hate group.
Right.
We are a hate group. That's what goes on every single time. And that's why it's important that you gotta watch every decision you make. You gotta watch every decision you make because like that's like even in the world, man, a good name, like you mess up, you do one mistake in this world, people gonna hold it for you forever.
Yeah, right.
You don't believe me? Ask the criminal justice system. Actually, when you go to jail for smoking the same weed the oppressor does, you can't do nothing. You don't even matter in the world no more. You can't vote. You barely can get a driver license. You become a burden. So much a burden, you can't even provide for yourself. So what do you think is better? It's better to just go in jail.
Yeah, right.
So what a whore do? You make mistakes and they treat the whore the same way. If a whore try to change her life, her reputation is bad. She like, man, I try to change my life. I know I did wrong in the past, but nobody want to accept me. They all know me for what's her name. So what's she going to do? With the Christian church, she's going to stay a whore. And the only solution for that, for people to change their lives without being judged behind their past life, is to come in the ISUPK.
Right.
Okay, what you're saying is heavy because that was the whole little situation with all of our sisters that were the OnlyFans, content creators, or the X-rated videos. Like after that, for so long, now they want to talk about, oh well, I want to be in a relationship. Yada, it's not, etc. But we know your entire, reputation. It's been on film and this and that. The world have seen it. And you talking about now you want a good man or nobody wants to accept me. What you saying is heavy. Like the Christian churches say, well, sad case. And now she's just going to continue to be a whore because nobody's going to accept her because of the reputation that she's built. It's the same thing with what his class is about Will. You know what I'm saying? Like, all them good movies he made, I mean, nobody really gonna be talking about them no more.
Nobody's
gonna talk about no I'm Legend in Hancock, you know what I'm saying? The Pursuit of Happiness. They will be talking about what he did at the Oscars to his brother.
Right. Like what he's saying is so heavy. Like that's the whole point. You think they gonna talk about his movies now? You know what's gonna be so bad? Everybody gonna be like, man, don't make me Will Smith a nigga. Mm-hmm. That's what he's gonna be known for. Right. Out of all his other achievements, nobody cares no more. He won an Oscar that night. Nobody cares. Right. We only care that you smacking people like that. And Chris Rock, man, I hope that brother didn't come join the school because now all he's gonna be known for. He already had childhood problems, man, being bullied. But now he's going to be so much. It's gonna be so bad. People gonna say, I ain't Chris Rock. Now he gotta hit it. Now that's what he's gonna be known for. Hey, I ain't Chris Rock. You gonna forget every movie he played in. You gonna forget all his achievements. All he's gonna be known for is a nigga that got slapped in the Oscar because his brother hated him. Right. Because his brother was a coward, and because his brother loved a whore. Right. A whore made his brother a coward. A whore made him hate his brother.
And that's what the whole, read that precept again, Bible Shop.
No sweat.
That's the whole thing is about. Not both their reputations are damn. Everybody's reputation is down the drain because of a whore. Read that again.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 1. A good name is better than precious ointment.
Right, man. Let me tell you something, man. That's another thing, bro. The whole problem is nobody can take correction. You can't tell a whore that she's a whore. You can't tell her fix her life. She wants to hear everything but that. Like you can't, like I feel bad for people in the world. Like you can't even correct somebody to make them have a better life. Like you can't even call a girl by her occupation. She's a stripper. You call her a stripper. She said I'm an exotic dancer.
Right.
That's right.
That's what she says. You're like, well, damn, I don't know how to maneuver in this world. I'm trying to respect you by what you do. First, I already gotta be okay with it. I gotta be okay that my sister, I got my daughter, my sister, you know what I mean? I'm talking about all the sisters in the world, right? Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, you a whore. America made me be happy with that. I gotta accept that. I already be accepted that. Now I can't tell you to fix your life.
Right.
Now I can't offer you a better life. And that's the problem. They don't want to hear correction. They don't want to hear correction at all, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It's like what you're saying is heavy. It's like I already gotta accept it, you know what I'm saying? Because the world we live in is so sensitive and you have to walk on eggshells. So I already have to accept that whatever occupation that you do that degrades yourself as a woman or degrades yourself as a man, I have to already walk on eggshells on how I approach it. Because if I don't, I'll get canceled like the baby did. And now he's not even on tour anymore.
Right.
Doing shows. He just posting this stuff on YouTube, and his label almost kicked him off just from saying something about, the homosexual community.
Damn right.
And got canceled.
Right.
And then like what the brother's saying is heavy. We trying to tell you to change your life. You don't got to do stuff like that. And we get, they canceled us for stuff like that.
That's right.
So why?
Yeah, and they like the brother was saying, they always cancel. Like that's how you know, man, America needs to fall.
Right.
Because even though like Will Smith, the reason why he felt like he had to do that is because he felt like he's supposed to, no matter what his wife do, he's supposed to love her.
Right.
He's supposed to love her, but the scriptures say otherwise. Even Christ said this. Christ said a man should never leave his woman, except if she commits adultery. That's what Christ said. And you claiming a woman that's not even yours. She belongs to the last man she slept with. Now your reputation is ruined fighting for a woman who had a bad reputation. Now give me Isaiah 3:24. And what you see what's going on with Jada and her hair is nothing but the Lord. The reason why she has, what is it, alopecia, is because the Lord took her hair from her because she is a disgusting woman. She is the poster child for what every woman should be the opposite of. I mean, I'm talking about, forget him just cheating on her husband. She is a child molester. She didn't have sexual relations with her son's friend when he was, I believe, 15 years old, and she was like 22. She was like 14. But now, what if the roles would switch? She would be locked under the jail. But since she's a good-looking woman, he must have had the time of his life.
Right.
She messed with that August Alsina boy when he was young too. And the whole reason they talked about it because he was damaged from it because she molested him, took advantage of him. And this man is still signed to sit with this woman, and Will Smith is still trying to defend this woman over his brother.
Right.
Ain't no different than what goes on every day in the hood. People are dying over whores in the hood, and you want to accept what happened? That means you with people dying in the hood. A woman wants a whole. I'm not gonna say a woman because a real woman. Let me tell you something. If you out in the street and a couple men run up on you and they say something to your woman, a good woman, she gonna be like, let's just walk it off. Let's keep walking.
Right.
That's what a smart and wise woman would do.
Right.
A whore would come like, you not gonna fight 5 minutes for me?
Right.
Like, and that's the problem we have. Like, you want me to fight for a reputation that you don't have. You want me to fight for your reputation as if you was a wise woman who fought for me, was there by my side. But all you is a whore. I'm gonna treat you accordingly.
Yeah, right.
That's all I'm going to do. You got that precept up on there?
Yeah.
Read that. You say your point real quick.
No,
You got anything to say?
Obviously, I have a precept.
Okay, go ahead. Say it.
All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 1.
Oh, I was gonna bring it out.
All right, so never mind.
We'll bring it out?
No, we'll wait till
You ready? That's
Yeah.
one body right there.
If I could, what you were saying was heavy. Like majority of the deaths in the hood is caused by the hands of a woman, acting in whorish ways. She just out there, like you said, like a wise woman, be like, hey, let's go. You don't have to do that. But the whore be like, you gonna fight them? Right. And then next thing, what if one of them brothers, have a weapon on them or jumping pretty badly? Right. Now she ain't got no protection. Or she might embrace that. Some of them do embrace that. Oh yeah, you was out there did that. I'm like, dude, I ain't got my eye black, I ain't got no teeth. They done robbed me, took the car and everything for you.
Right.
For you.
Right.
Just for some tail. That's it. Come on now. I'm not risking it for that.
And like what the brother said though, a lot of people, the only reason why we so hard on our women is because, a lot of people think that all women are underneath us, but we are equal when it comes down to the kingdom of heaven, man. We are both co-heirs in the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
We both have rules and conduct that we got to abide by enough to make it to the kingdom of heaven. Christ said there's neither male nor female, meaning that just because a man has something to do to make it to the kingdom of heaven, and you do as well. And ain't nothing wrong with us telling our sisters how to be righteous women, because that helps you. That makes your reputation good. That makes you known. That makes your husband happy, which makes Christ happy, which makes God happy. Right. And you're gonna have your family blessed because God's gonna be with you. God's gonna be with you if you're a righteous sister, and that's it. But you do not want to, and I know it's hard for our sisters, man, to be in a world where righteous sisters are on the bottom. Don't get us wrong. We see that. We see how the sister is clowned if she takes care of her husband. Right. We see that. But what Cardi B said, I don't cook nor clean. I don't cook nor clean. Yep. Let me tell you how I got this ring. Mm-hmm. Women like that get applauded because those are women of the world. Those are the women of the darkness. And people of darkness are going to be applauded by America. But let me tell you something. Your gift is way more than riches in a Louis Vuitton bag if you're a righteous woman. It's more than getting that Rolls Royce from a famous rapper. You are going to get the kingdom of heaven, right, for obeying your husband and being a righteous woman whose name is now ran throughout the streets. You see what I'm saying? You get that precept for me? Mm-hmm.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 24.
Now, before you do that, this is what we talk about. Now, if you want to be that woman, nobody stops you. Go ahead. If you want to be a whore, nobody's going to force you not to. But just because you might experience the good quick for a short time, them curses going to come upon you because God, He is the God of heaven and earth. He's the author of life and death. What He says goes. And if you abuse His grace period to let you get right, He's going to do something to you. The same thing He did to Jada, and that's take her hair away. Right. Read that, what you got?
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink.
Right. Instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. You know why you stink? Because your spirit stinks. Right. Your attitude stinks. Just like homosexuals and drug dealers. They stink because they got a bad spirit on them. You go to a strip club, you know probably the back of that strip club smell like? Instead of a strip club smell like, at one point, our women want to smell good and care about what they look like. Now America made our women whores, and they made our women happy whores. Whores used to be looked down bad back in the day. Right. Now you can't make it unless you're a whore. Keep reading.
And instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of well-set hair, baldness.
Instead of what?
Instead of well-set hair, baldness.
Her baldness, Jada Smith's baldness is because she was a whore. Because she's a loudmouth woman who don't respect her husband. Right. Don't respect a man that man stayed with her through all that. Right. Good. You know why? Because she hates her husband. She hates her husband because the only reasons why she's relevant is because of that man. Right. Just like every other woman gets mad because her husband is greater than her.
If a good woman would serve that man and just be happy to be with that man. To happy to be with a man that's great and has his name on. But you know what that woman decided to do? I hate you so much because they both actors, right?
Right.
But he's known for all his acting. You barely even know what movie she played. What she played that? What she played one movie. What was it?
I don't even know. I don't know.
She played that movie with Queen Latifah, right? Said it all. That's all that she's known for. Now she's angry at her husband because she's more successful than her. She knows what she got to do to make her husband mad. She got to go on Red Table Talk and talk about how she cheated on her husband.
Right.
And he knew you cheated, right? And he forgave you for it. Any other man, that couldn't be me. That couldn't be half these men out here.
Right.
But he forgave you for it, and you told him what you did to say thank you to him is go on Red Table Talk and talk about it. And embarrass that man. Had that man crying.
Right.
Had that man crying on live television, and after that, you talk about taking man, it was a new headline everywhere. Then what happened? She go on live television talking about, yeah, I don't know, he just don't, our sex life is just not where it's at right now. Then after that, she says, I'm still trying to find out what it means to love. She's embarrassing this man time and time again, and that's why the Lord took her head. They ain't no different. They ain't no different. If you was to be a homosexual, what would happen to you? You would get AIDS.
Yeah, right.
If you eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, you're gonna get high blood pressure, diabetes. You're gonna get all these different things wrong with you because that's the effect of sinning against the God in that way.
Right.
Right? Well, if you are a loudmouth woman who don't respect her husband and have every chance you get, disrespect your husband and embarrass him, an adulterous woman, you're gonna get your hair taken. Instead of smelling good, you're going to stink. That's what's going to happen. Now,
I gotta appreciate
it. And you gotta hold on 1 second, hold that. And the crazy part about it is the reason why the Lord takes a woman's hair is because that's like one of the things that makes a woman how you say it?
Femininity.
Yeah, thank you. I'm not gonna try to butcher that. But feminine, right? It makes her feminine. Like, so what the Lord is saying is like, well, you want to be like a man so bad, I'm gonna make you look like a man. You know what I'm saying? Now our sisters out here, now let me tell you something. They can't even take the signs of the Lord. The Lord put punishments on you to make you be like, man, I need to change my life.
Right.
Shit, I'm doing all this, man, I'm getting shot at, I need to change my life. But he took the woman's crown, took her hair. It says it's a shame for a woman to be uncovered. It should be as if she was bald, right? Damn right. You took her hair and she's still proud. America is prideful and it made our women prideful. America is the reason why our women are trying to be out front of the man. America needs to fall so bad because they are making all people prideful of things that's against God. The Lord takes your hair and you be like, what the hell with it?
Right.
The Lord gives you a nice body, you go take your clothes off and show it to the world. That's what you do. That's what America teaches you to do. America teaches you to be a feminine. America teaches you to be a homosexual and lesbian. And what you do, you a lesbian because you was touched on when you was a child.
Right.
And instead of going and fix the problem and taking counsel, what you do? America teaches you don't take counsel, don't fix the root of the issue, just live your truth.
Right.
That's what they say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Live your truth. You a lesbian because God made you that way. That's what America teaches. And the same way lesbians are made is the same way whores are made. You see it right now. Look, I'm gonna tell you this. Will Smith and Jada Smith, they son and their daughter are like, they homosexuals.
Right.
They basically homosexuals.
Right.
Let me tell you something. His mom molested his son, his friend when he was young.
Yeah.
If your mom is molesting children, they grew up in the Hollywood field, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guarantee that he was being molested when he was a child.
Right. And
they didn't speak about it because that was the way of living. And they always talk about that. They don't never talk about how men get molested. They talk about how when a man is 14 years old, if he has sex with an older woman, is a good time. Men suffer from that to this day.
Damn right.
And that's why I wouldn't put past if Will Smith was touched on when he was a child. That's why he's in love with a whore now. And he in love with a woman that he cannot please. That's the problem. You in love with a woman that you can't please, just like you in love with America that you can't please. You cannot please America.
Damn right.
You can't please your enemy. Now you're trying to please a woman who don't give a damn about you.
Right.
And rather kill your brother who loves you to death over a woman who don't care about you.
Right.
You got something you want to say?
If I could add a precept to what you were saying,
Mm-hmm.
is the book of Isaiah, chapter 5, verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. Meaning, like, when he was saying that the Lord smited her, but you know what I'm saying, making baldness upon her head, woe to her because she embraced being a whore or committing adultery to the world.
Mm-hmm.
She went on the red table talk and talked about her husband in very bad ways and publicly embarrassed him.
Mm-hmm.
And since she did that and embraced being an adulterer, the Lord took her hair away from her. Just like what the priest was saying.
Right.
Women love their hair.
Right.
And now she he put baldness upon her head. And now she like, I give you hair, you change that. I give you a nice body, you change that. It's just all these little things that you change, and I created you this way. That put darkness for light and light for darkness. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, she embraces being an adulterer or being a whore, just like the hot girls and the city girls, they embrace it. Right. Or being a good wife. You know what I'm saying? She puts that in the dark. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? She don't want to be a good wife. She just want to be a whore and explore herself. Just like the priest was saying, I'm still trying to find love. Right. How many years they been together and y'all got kids together and you still don't love this man? Right. So, that's all I have to say.
The priest is bringing out so heavy is because the reason why we got to have this class in the first place is to let y'all women know that what she did, what Will Smith did was not right. You should not want to be like Jada. You shouldn't even want to put your husband in a scenario like, Will did to him. We're going to get that later in the class about Will Smith have no brotherhood and he's a coward for doing that. Because we all know in the ISUPK, we know we have an older brother, what we supposed to do. Go to that brother, him alone. If he really felt bad about what happened, he could have just went to that man. But back into, I want to bring that precept. The precept, give me Jeremiah 3:1. Because this is the Lord speaking. Like, you go get counsel from everybody else but the creator of heaven and earth. Right?
That's right.
You get counsel from everybody else but the person who made you.
Right.
That's how backwards we is in this world. You know why? Because counsel in the world is not real counsel. Counsel in the world is just you're gonna go to each shrink until you find the one that tell you what you need to hear. That's what you gotta do. You gotta find a shrink that tells you if you're a whore, and it's okay to be a whore because you're just learning your body. Right. You need to learn your body before you find your husband. That's what you're trying to find, and that's what the world makes a woman think. Like, you know how much women go ahead and be like, what's the saying? How do you? They be like, you young.
Yep.
That's what they teach our women. Nobody's telling white woman, East Indian woman, Arab woman that they young, go enjoy your life. You see, guys, that's when we start to identify what's the problem. The problem is that we are being hunted. Lamentations. What's
4:18?
4:18 says they hunt our steps. That's not to be physically coming out with guns. That's through their doctrines and what they tell our women. Through Planned Parenthood and telling a woman she can have more than one husband. Right. She can have more than one sexual partners. Right. Yeah, you young, do what you gotta do. They are hunting our steps. They are trying to take away the black family and just make it nice, and they just trying to break it up. Because they know that the black family will destroy America. Right. You know how powerful that is, black man, black woman, Hispanic man, Hispanic woman, Native American man, Native American woman, is that they know that you just having a righteous woman and a righteous man, and they having a household will destroy all these buildings. You know how spiritual that is? And that's why we always say that we got to identify who the enemy is, because they in the midst of Hollywood, Will and Jada and them, and look where they turned them. They are acting just like their white counterparts. Right. Right. Just like their friends, because they are the natural whores, and white men love whores. Trump had his wife who married a whore. Yeah, right. That's them. That's what they see. They got their women come on television, and they Marilyn Monroe, they talk about him and the president. They love whores. They love defending whores too. And then when we did it at the Oscars, we was the niggas. You know what I'm saying? Right. We was the ones that can't act right when we go out in public. That's what we're dealing with in this world, because we are being hunted, not just physically, but through just the idea of them trying to take our woman. What does scripture say? You can't. I need that precept. Put that precept for me when Christ was saying, you can't spoil a strong man's house unless you bind the strong man. Because that's what they're doing. They're taking the man out and they're destroying his house by the woman. That's how they're destroying their house. They coming in and destroying, they taking our women saying that, yeah, man, ain't no different from the serpent dealing with Eve. That's what you're dealing with. What? He said that you can't sleep with somebody else. Girl, you gonna listen to him? He has more than one wife. You can't have no more than one husband. You need to come over here, man. You need to come. You should have equal rights. You should sleep with who you want to sleep with. That's what they tell them, right? And that has been killing our community. That has been killing our community. It's been the death of our community. That right there. Oh, that's why when you go to in Iraq, they try to do things for the woman. They try to give the woman rights and try to fight for the woman. But the men had their woman in check. They can't even have they only have their eyes showing, right?
Right.
They be damn, they won't become whores. They be damn, they'll literally strap the bomb on themselves to fight for the woman not being whores. You go to any other nation, you see the Chinese woman, the East Indian woman, you can see that. So that shows you that what's the number one thing that separates them from us? That's that they women are in check. They women are protected. But the thing about us is America teach our women to be whores. Now we came to protect people who don't want to be protected. Right. Will Smith went up there and slapped that man. And I guarantee that Jada didn't even think. She was like, okay. Right. She don't want me protected. She don't want you to fight for her. Right. I'm my own woman. I'm an independent woman. I can take care of myself. I make the same amount of money as you do. I don't need no man taking care of me. That's what we got to deal with. Who that?
It's the book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 27. Mm-hmm. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods. Right.
You can't enter a strong man's house and spoil his goods. Right. Except you do one thing. What is that thing?
Except he will first bind the strong man.
You bind the strong man. How you going to bind the strong man? You're going to bind the strong man through doctrines and philosophies. God loves everybody. Christ is white. Different things like that. The law is done away with. That's how you're going to bind him up. So now the man is not in the state of a man. Just imagine taking a lion and you got to give him different doctrine. You got to tell the lion he can't have a pride. You got to tell the lion he can't eat gazelle no more. Or what he do. You know what I'm saying? Right. You got to tell the lion that he got to act different. He got to send his woman out there he got to go out there and get the food now. They've been having this good setup, but now America wants you to tell you, no, you got to do it this way. Right. We saying that law done away with now you making us a lawless people. Now my woman can't sleep with other men. And I can't do nothing about it because we have no law for that. America says good. America says that she's my wife if I have a ring and paper. So if I'm just with the woman, she's not married to me. Right. I mean, I can sleep with her and lay with her, but if I don't have a piece of paper, she's not my wife. Right. Keep reading.
And then he will spoil his house.
That's what's going on. That's it right there. What's up?
Oh, no, I had the other one too.
Oh, yeah, precept? Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I had the other one because he put it on the work, right? Right. This is Matthew 12 and 29. Right. Or else how could one enter into the strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house.
He will spoil his house, man. That's what's going on right now. All women are becoming whores because they have no protection. Why? Because our men feel as though we are letting you, like, men don't speak. You know why men don't speak about whores? Because we feel as though that we can't. Right. You know what I'm saying? You know, Will Smith probably want to do all kinds of things to that woman and say all kinds of things, but he feels as though that he can't. Because he would be canceled for speaking on that woman being a free woman. Right. Woman thou art loose. That's what they say, right? Yeah, they binding up the strong man. He's binded up. He can't even move a certain way. Right. He can't even say what he want to say. He can't even check his woman because America teaches him that he can't. Right? Let me get what time is it?
808.
Let me get this last precept with talking about war. We're gonna talk about how this man has no brotherhood at all for doing what he did, man. This is a sad scene. You see another brother do that to that brother on live television. Like,
did you still want Jeremiah 3:1?
Yeah, let me get that Bible shot.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 1. Right. They say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him, and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted?
Right. shall not that land be greatly polluted? That man, so and that's what this is the scripture speaking. Why? Because you let in when your woman leaves you and she was another man, she belongs to that man. You want to take no land that's greatly polluted? You want to know you're gonna get somebody's land and pollute the land, you want the land back?
Right.
It does not work like that. And this is for the reason because we right now we say we're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. You know why? Because it's practical that you will get a woman, right?
Right.
And when you take her back for being greatly polluted, that is not the same woman no more.
So lame.
That is not the same woman no more after you take her back and she's been polluted.
Right.
Ask Will Smith.
Damn, that's heavy.
Ask Will Smith. That woman started acting different, so thinking she's better and doing all kinds of crazy stuff because she is not the same woman. She is polluted. Now, you dealing with that land that's polluted is gonna make you angry. Because you take that land back, it's my land now. Now I got my land back, but now it's polluted. Now I'm gonna deal with this. I'm gonna be mad at everybody.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna be mad at it. It's better if you let that man have that land. Now you want to deal with it. Will Smith would have let that woman stay with Augustina. He would never been dealing with that. He would never been embarrassed. His reputation would not be slandered to this day. But since he wanted to chose a whore over his brother, now he has to deal with that.
Yeah, I'm right.
He has to deal with being a coward.
Right. You want to finish reading it?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if we did it or yet. Let me see. Yeah, that's it on that. Because now I'm going to get to.
Okay.
Let me see if I got no, give me Proverbs 30 and 20.
Sweat.
Because it's just, it's like, it's almost as, it's just a bad sight seeing women, like as a black man, they always have to talk about who has it worse, a black man or a black woman. I really don't like the conversations because we both in oppression. We both be in hell. Like even if the black man wasn't being oppressed and the black man was, that means the black man is oppressed too because we are one. That's what the scripture say, right?
Right.
Now, if the black man was being oppressed, if the black woman wasn't, the black woman is oppressed too because that's her head, that's her husband. She has no protection. And that's what's going on right now. What's going on right now is that we are fighting and not identifying the enemy.
Right.
All women think that fighting us is becoming a whore. You know what I'm saying? For so long that we had a just like lions have, right? Nobody come and mess with wildlife or nature.
Right.
Try to change nature.
Right. We
had a thing that the woman used to be. I always bring this out with the Willie Lynch letter, man. The woman always was submissive and dependent on her man.
Right.
Until slavery, man. Willie Lynch was a slave master. And he used to go and teach other people how to make their slaves behave. He used to have problems with their slaves would run and do all this stuff. He said the way what you got to do is to switch the roles of the black man, the black independent man, and the black dependent woman. Then you got to make the black man dependent on the woman and make the black woman independent. And what you see right now is exactly what happened with Will Smith and Jada.
Damn right.
Because now Will Smith is depending on that independent woman.
That's right.
That is what's going on. And what is the root of that? That root is come all the way from slavery. Then you get mad at us for saying, remember the slavery? Remember the trauma that black men are dealing with right now? You know how much trauma you got to be dealing with from slavery to come on the Oscars after you've been crying and fighting, then you come slap a man on TV?
Right.
That man was fed up. But he only blamed himself because he fell in love with a whore. Matter of fact, he might have fell in love with a righteous woman, but when she whored on him, he should have left.
Right.
Because that woman wasn't for his no more. How dumb you look like fighting, how dumb you look like beating up people because they stole some shoes that wasn't yours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why you beating this dude up, man? I see him, man. He had stole some shoes, man.
Right.
Are they your shoes?
Right.
Always in somebody else's business. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's
You sound like the oppressor.
That's just like the oppressor. I was just trying to see that.
Right.
Always the oppressor have this savior complex.
Captain Save.
That's where we get it from. That's where we get Captain Save a Hope. That's a word they use.
Right.
We get it because we get it from the oppressor. Always trying to save somebody that don't need saving.
Right.
When J. Cole said, "Don't save us," she don't want to be saved.
Right.
That's the same with the oppressor. Why the oppressor goes around trying to save everything that don't want to be saved?
Right.
How do I know? Because that's why he has a zoo.
And Most High Christ. One West. Got that.
Like, am I lying? It's in our face.
Right.
Right.
He goes in there and pick up bears and lions and put them in zoos to say, oh, we need to protect them.
Right.
We need to go get the gazelles and protect them. When that's the way of living. You think a gazelle whether or not, see, that's the white man, he don't understand when people don't live the way according to him. He can't understand how a gazelle can run away from a lion his whole life and still want to live like that.
Right.
Rather than being locked up in a cage. That's why he don't understand that. And that's why he gotta go and establish his place in every country. He has to go make a military base in Iraq, in Afghanistan, in China, and do this thing because he don't understand how everybody could have their own way of living. He can't even understand why they gotta wear the Arab women gotta wear that stuff they wear. He wants his woman to be whores. If you're not a whore, what you mean? What's wrong with that? The white woman is a natural born whore. And if any other race is not that whore, the white man don't understand. And that's why we're in this predicament, because he rules over us.
Right.
Just like he had the animals in zoos, we are in zoos as well. Now, when the lion comes in here, the lion gotta be. When the lion gets from the zoo, he's not living like a lion he did in the past. I bet a lion supposed to have a pride, right?
Right.
Yeah, right.
I bet a lion in the zoo got one wife.
Or none.
I bet they got lions as vegetarian right now in the zoo.
Right.
How dare can a lion eat another animal? They have equal rights. I can't make this stuff up, man. It's a savior complex. It's the same reason why from his oppressor. It's the same reason why Will Smith is trying to save a woman. You fight so hard to save a woman who don't want to be saved.
Right.
You fight so hard to save a woman that don't want to be saved, and you don't want to save your brother who is asking for your help. You rather kill your brother for a woman that hates you. You can't tell me we know how to destroy people.
Yeah, I'm right.
Because that's the exact same way we feel about the oppressor. We are killing our brothers physically and mentally by doing drugs, supporting the abortions, supporting whores, and supporting homosexuals, because we are trying to fit in white society so much that we are willing to kill our own people for it.
Right.
Good night.
That's the exact same stuff we're dealing with. And that's what happened with Will and Jada is a deeper issue that's happening every day in the hood. What happened was an everyday black man in America fighting for a woman that don't love him, just like fighting for a country that don't love you. Because America doesn't have no accountability on us, but we have to have every accountability on America, just like Will Smith and Jada. She has no accountability on that man. She feel like she don't owe that man nothing. But that man owe that whore everything.
Right.
Just like America think they don't owe black Hispanics and Native Americans nothing. But we owe them everything. We go fight in their wars. We go sign up in their government. We go vote. We make their place a better state to seek their love. And all they're gonna do is embarrass us on TV. And they go and what they do? They go in there and say, "Oh yeah, y'all 3/5 of human."
Right.
Oh, y'all just not voting enough. They go and do those things to us when we did nothing but love. Good night. What they call America in the scriptures?
Babylon.
What they say though? The great what?
Babylon the Great.
The great whore that sit upon many waters.
Damn right.
That's the root of the class. That's it. That's the whole breakdown right there. That Will Smith and Jada situation was just like black men in America. Jada was America, and Will Smith was every black man hitting on his other black man to fight for the right to be fit in with America.
Right.
And that's why the scriptures call America what? The great whore.
Damn right.
Just like Jada was. She was the great whore. And you seen that man was laughing at that joke from his brother, supporting his brother, turn back and see the great whore. America wasn't happy with seeing the black people unite.
Right.
That great whore said, get your behind up and go fight for me. Go kill your brothers for me. Go sell your drugs for your brothers for me. Go put the abortion clinics in your hoods for me. Then I might call you American. Then I might give you the right to vote. Then I might have you a chance to run for president. That's what they do. What precinct we on, man? Good night. You have anything to say though?
No, I was just answering the question. I was asking what you call America.
What's that incredible?
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth, and saith, I have done no wickedness.
Don't that not sound like, see the difference, see the resemblance of America and a whore? Who that sound like? Read that again, Baba Gashah. You don't have to pull it up, just type it right there. Say it again, because I already seen it. Oh, you got to do what you got to do, my bad.
Oh, you good.
I didn't know it took that long.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 20.
Right.
Such is the way of an adulterous woman.
Right.
She eateth and wipeth her mouth, and saith, I have done no wickedness.
Let me tell you something. Jada Smith, her being an adulterous woman, she did all them things, and nobody even held her accountable for it.
Right.
She sent her legs crisscrossed, sitting up like this, as if she did no wickedness, and while her husband going to embarrass himself in front of millions of people, fighting for her love that she do not even have for him. How can you fight for somebody's love when they don't have it, Yadi?
Can't, sir. Can't.
Now, that's exactly what's going on in America. We are willing to. That's what they do. Good night. How do you gotta serve it so people want you to serve their superior love to people? They make you go hate the people that you really love.
That's right.
When you want to show somebody, when they in the movies, right? When they want to see if your alliance is really with them, they make you kill somebody that you really love.
Yeah, right.
And America is that bully. America is the movies we talk about. America is the mobster.
Right.
That's the gang initiation right there. If you want to be the gang of America, they make you want to hate the people that you love. Will Smith had to go smack his brother because he's a coward and wanted to be joined with America and wanted to be joined with that whore. He went to go fight and slap his brother that he loved and said, keep my wife's name out your mouth. Keep American names out your mouth. Ain't nothing wrong with this country. Ain't nothing wrong with this country. This is the land of the free, the home of the brave. They can do what they want to do. So what? We have an open marriage.
Right.
She could be a whore. So what? Who am I? As the man who humbles her to tell her what she can and cannot do. She don't owe me that respect. America don't owe me the respect that I deserve. I'm just a slave in this place. I came here on slave ships. I don't deserve American respect, but I'm sure gonna fight for America. I'm sure gonna fight for America. The same people who raped, robbed, and lynched my people, the same people who made my children into gator bait, the same people who made whores out of my women. I'm gonna fight for America. That's what you look like. And if you fighting for America, you hate your brother and you are a coward, just like Will Smith. Because America's a whore and he fought for his whore. And look what happened. You said Will Smith was an embarrassment. You are an embarrassment if you're on the side of America. Now with that, we're going to show you that what Will Smith did was not brotherhood. Will Smith chose to sacrifice his brother's love to please somebody who don't give a damn about him. Now give us our go-to scriptures, Matthew 18 and 15. We're going to show you what Will Smith, if he really was a brother, what he should have did. We're going to see what he should have did. Will Smith, if he wasn't really a brother and really cared about his brother and chose his brother rather than choosing the love of a whore, there's no such thing as a love of a whore. First of all, he could have gained a friend. He could have gained his brother if he really felt upset. This is what he should have did. You got it?
Mm-hmm. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee,
Mm-hmm.
go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
Mm.
If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother.
You know why he hates his brother? Because it wasn't even about, like he knew in his mind that this man was going to be the victim to show how much he loved that whore.
Right.
Just like in America, all black men choose victims that they know they could win to show America they love them.
Right.
You choose all the ways. This is right here. And you might think you don't love America, but when you choose the ways of America, it shows how you love them.
Right.
For example, you gonna see that brother, you're like, oh, he a quick lick. He a quick lick. I'm gonna steal from him. You already got your mind up and made that you're gonna steal from that brother.
Right.
You know why you're gonna steal from that brother? Because America told you to steal from your brother in order to be accepted from them. Because they are the greatest robbers on the planet of Earth. You already have your mind up knowing you're gonna rape in the hood. Got the rapists in the hood. You know why? Because you love America. And America is the biggest rapist.
Right.
You know you're gonna sell drugs to in the hood. You already got your mind made up to show your lines with America. Why? Because America is the biggest drug dealer.
Right.
That's what America is.
You hate your brother. If he loved his brother, and if he was really offended what his brother had said, he would have went to him alone and said that, hey, I didn't like the way you said that. But it wasn't about what he said. That, like I said before, he could have said anything. He had his mind up that he was going to choose this brother to prove a point. And the brother didn't even say anything regarding what he was really mad for.
Right.
He was mad from the built up anger, and he's being oppressed by his wife. He's built up from the anger and the oppression, and he chose to take it out on his brother.
Right.
Rather than taking it out on the person who's the cause.
Yeah, right.
Just like a black man in America, you are angry from your oppression and your trauma from slavery and from being lynched on trees, bitten by dogs, and all the atrocities we went through as a people, and you choose to take that exact same anger and put it towards your brother.
Right.
That's what you do. Because America teaches you to hate your brother, man. Just imagine if you take that exact same energy, that exact same trauma, and hurt and pain, and you put it in the right place. The scriptures say this, man, be angry, but sin not. The scriptures also say oppression makes a wise man mad.
Right.
The reason what's going on right now is because the white man is using our oppression to make us kill each other. When we could use our oppression to make us save each other. And that's what the ISUPK is about. We come and teach men. We come and get wise men off the street. The reason why people join here is because they're wise. Every man that's in the school is a wise man who knew that he was angry and he had to fix it some way. And he was so angry about America that he chose to love his brother.
Right.
So you gotta pick. Are you gonna love your brother enough to hate America, or are you gonna hate America enough to love your brother? Either or, you're gonna still end up loving your brother.
Right.
But just like America, just like we obsessed with, and that's why whores run through our neighborhood, because America's the biggest whore, and we can't stop loving America. And that's why whores run through the Black, Hispanic, Native American neighborhoods, because we love America. And a whore as a person is just like a little subset of that. I'm saying you see it in our neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got a precept. I got you a precept. Oh, I already said that. Matthew.
If I could, did you want me to pull the precept you was talking about? Be angry and sin not. I had it for you.
If you want to break that down, and if you got a precept to pull, you can pull a precept. Anything you want to say? You good?
Yeah, I'm good right now.
All right.
But we still on Matthew 18 and 15. If you want me to.
You want to break it down? You want to say anything you gotta say? If not, I'm going to my next precept.
Nah. I ain't got nothing to say.
All right. Let me get I said Matthew 18 and 15, right?
That's what we on right now.
Give me Matthew 5 and 22. Let me get Matthew 5 and 22, because you, for so long, you've been looking for how to love your brother through the hands of people who've been compromised. That's what's been going on. You don't know how to love your people because you've been paying attention to people who's been compromised. What I mean by that, meaning if you look up to somebody and you think he's a well-renowned man, his actions are not going to save you. You going to look at so many people in the world going to see what Will Smith did, and so many women in the world going to see what Will Smith did and going to demand they man do the exact same thing for them. So like, not women whores, because a woman would never, a daughter of a Zion would never, a sister in the ISUPK would never, but a whore is going to demand every man she sleep with to fight for her like Will Smith fought for her.
Right.
Just like America. America's going to fight everybody who lays in bed with her, every Black, Hispanic, Native American that lays in bed with her, to fight for her, to hate their own people for them, to go smack their own people, to tell their people get over slavery. It's so long ago, right? Mm-hmm. That's what they're going to do. That's what America is going to teach you, just like what a whore is going to teach you. A whore is going to make your brain all messed up. You're going to say, now you're all messed up. Now your rights is your wrongs is your rights. That's why when anything America says, you gotta take it with it. You gotta look at it sideways. America said go left, I'm gonna go right. America said go up, I'm gonna go down. Right. America said celebrate Thanksgiving, I'm not. They said celebrate Christmas, I'm not.
Right.
They say that women could do whatever they want. They can see whatever they want. Right. That's not okay. They said abortion is okay. That is not okay. I'm doing everything opposite of America. Just like I'm gonna do everything opposite of what a whore teach. A whore says that that man gotta stay with me no matter what. I can go sleep with who I want to sleep with. You don't pay enough bills to tell me who I sleep with.
Right.
All I do is open my legs for you. How dare you tell me what I can or cannot do? You don't put no ring on my paper. You have sex with me, but you don't have a piece of paper that say I'm married.
Right.
And I ain't marrying you anyway. Why have one husband when I can have 5? Right?
That's right.
That's right.
Then since you stuck and you confused, you like, damn, I'm not worth this woman. Now you fighting for that woman. Just like us in America. I'm not worth America. I was a slave, man. I came on slave ships. I ain't worth, you don't know nothing about your history. So you're like, man, I'm not really worth what America's giving out, man. I gotta do something. I gotta show her my love. I gotta show her my sacrifice. Everybody, all these people talk about Illuminati and stuff. What's the name thing they say they gotta do? They gotta do a family sacrifice.
Right.
That's what they say, right?
Right.
Until you see it really happening.
Right.
With every day in the hood. You hating your brother because you want to sacrifice your love for your brother for a woman. You know how many people fall out because they got situations with the same woman? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't force that woman to stay with me. We can't force you. Just if that woman leaves, shit, so be it.
Right.
So be it, man. My love, just like, man, give me that scripture with Jonathan and David. That's why it's important to open the Bible. Give me that scripture when Jonathan and David said his love surpasses the love of a woman. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Because that's why it's important to open these scriptures, because when you open these scriptures, you start knowing how to deal with certain things, because this book is the only book that's going to show the rise of Israel and the fall and the ratchetness of Israel. You know what I'm saying? You're going to learn how to deal in life with this Bible itself. But you're not going to learn in the Christian church, because most things that will save your life in the Bible, they will not teach, because they made their bed with America. The Christian church made their bed with America, so you know what that means? They got to sacrifice your life for America. They got to sacrifice your salvation with America. You know what I mean by that? They got to come and teach you that Christ is white. They got to come and tell you that you can eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. They got to tell you that you can be a homosexual. They got to tell you all these things. So now you in the church doing all them things. When Christ come back, their blood going to be on their hands, but you're going to die as well. Because they sacrificed you to be in bed with America. Just like Chris Rock sacrificed his brother and slapped his brother. He sacrificed the love of his brother to accept that love from a whore. That's what happened. You can't find it?
I don't think so.
I got you.
You got it? Go ahead.
This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 1, verse 26. I am distressed for thee, my brother Jonathan.
Right.
Very pleasant have thou been to me.
Right.
Thy love to me was wonderful, passing the love of woman.
Right. David and Jonathan was like this. And what does it mean, passing the love of a woman? Meaning that he loved that brother, and he wasn't gonna let a woman come in between that. You know what I'm saying? So many times you have women or whores coming between you and your brother. That is what happened right now was the exact same thing that happened with Chris Rock and Will Smith.
Right.
He let a whore come in between the love of his brother. You know how much you gotta love a brother? First of all, you know you love a brother because nobody makes jokes about people they don't know.
Right.
You make a joke with your brother because you know him. You like, man, you know I can make a joke with you.
Right.
Especially because the type of joke he was, he felt comfortable enough that he loved the brother. You know how I know? Because the brother walked up to him and they started laughing. Right. If he really didn't love that brother, didn't like that brother, thought he was gonna do something, he would have put his guard up or something.
Yeah, I'm right.
But he thought he had love with that brother. But Will Smith said, your love don't surpass the love of the woman.
Right.
Your love don't surpass the love of America give me. America give me EBT. America give me Section 8, food stamps, WIC. America give me the right to vote. That's what America gives me. You don't give me that. What you give me? What you give me, black man? What you give me? Nothing. You a slave just like I am.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
right.
willing to sacrifice you if I can give the slave master's love. Because
Right.
I have Stockholm syndrome. I am a slave myself. And I'd rather be in America, I'd rather be in the bed with a whore than to be loved by somebody who don't have nothing. Because he's not a brother, man. Read what you got, Al. Matthew 5 and 22.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 22. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment.
Wait. It says to be angry with his brother without a what?
Without a cause.
Now, I know we don't have a. I know he's angry without a cause. Why? Because if he really had a problem with that brother, he should have what? Did what? Matthew 18 and 15.
Yeah, I'm right.
He should have went to that man and man alone if he really had a problem. But you never really had a problem with that man. You just needed somebody to show that you loved your whore. That's what you did. Right. And they say you shall be in danger of the judgment. You lucky you didn't get that. You should have got that judgment right. If he was in the ISUPK, Chris Rock was in the ISUPK, he would have got that judgment right then and there. Yeah, right. Because Chris Rock would have been defending himself. He would have got that judgment right there. He would have got knocked out right there. And I don't know where the security guards at. I don't know where I don't know where Chris Rock brothers at. Chris Rock brothers need to come and he need to think about who he's with. Because everybody got up and and that's just like America, man. Just like America, when Will Smith then slapped this man over a whore, they went to go consolidate Will Smith. Nigga, what about me? What about me, the man that slapped me?
Damn right.
A man just slapped me in my face off for no reason. Where's my love at? Where's you come in and show me love? You go to Will Smith? The man who's in bed with a whore? That's just like America. That is just like America. Everybody's going to consolidate the slave that is with America. That's what America's going to do.
Damn right.
America's going to be with that black boy who do everything America says do. You know how I know? Because they are with the homosexuals. They were with Planned Parenthood. America is with strippers and whores and prostitutes. You don't believe me? Damn near Las Vegas is known for prostitutes. That's what they're known for. But if you're a prostitute or homosexual, they're gonna be with you. They're gonna support you. Right. Just like they supported Will Smith. They're gonna support you for doing what America says do. But if you're the one, if you're the mama that's getting, if you're the one who's getting molested, if you're the one who's getting drugs sold to you, if you're the one getting stolen from, America's not going to help you. Right. America never helps the victim. And that's why Black, Hispanic, Native Americans are on the low, because we are the victims of everything they do. And we never get help. But you know who get help? The Arabs get help because they built the slave ships that we came here on. Damn. The so-called Jewish man, that's where he had his point in slavery. That's where insurance come from. So he's going to get his help because you're the reason why you have made America great. They give all that money to the Jewish man down there because they are a reason why they made America great. Because America always is going to support the attacker. America is going to support the rapist, the murderer, the thief. And you see that all the time and time again. You see them when they come in there and the kids shoot up schools. They shoot up schools because they say they want to make America great again, or America's not how it used to be. And they say that kid went through something in life. Well, what about all the black people he done shot up? What about their families? The black people he's been killing in the streets. You think they're not going through something? You don't think that the slave trade or slavery done did something to them? About trying to get in and seeing that people don't love them? Being with a whore, just like a whore made Will Smith crazy, America's making Black, Hispanics, Native Americans crazy because we're trying to seek a whore's love that whatever we do is showing that they will not accept us. Read that again, Bible Shah.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 22. Mm-hmm. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment.
Will Smith deserves. I'm not even gonna say what I think Will Smith deserves, man. That's up to the Lord. But Will Smith deserves a lot for what he did to that brother, especially knowing that brother's history of him growing up in a white school, being called a nigger, being bullied, everything. When Will Smith slapped that brother, life flashed before his eyes again. He's seen his childhood again. He became a child when Will Smith slapped him. He became a child, and that's why he was compliant. He said, I'm not. He took that manhood away. And for the millions, your brother, the same black man that go through the same struggles as you chose him. Because if it was a white man, I'm for damn sure to know you wasn't going to go up and hit him. Damn right. Because you were a slave and you made your bed with a whore. You made your bed with America. And that's what's the destruction of us, because we're the only people who makes a bed with somebody and gets no benefit from it. That's you make a business deal with somebody, God damn, I'm supposed to come and you're supposed to give me something I could have. A benefit or something. We signed a contract, yeah, you're gonna take this side of the land, I'm gonna take this side of the land. We all making a contract with America and ain't getting nothing. Yeah, right. But just death and destruction. Yeah, man, we signed a deal like, yeah, man, you give us Planned Parenthood, man, it's gonna be good. for Planned Parenthood. Now your soldiers are dying in the womb. Your soldiers are dying before they even set foot. And you wonder why we're still in this hellhole. You have no soldiers to fight. You can't even fight. You can't even fight a whore. Now, how can you fight the great horde that sit upon waters? And that's why the scripture say this. Give me that precept. War is not carnal, but mighty through the power. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, pull that, because I'm gonna end it off on that. Because the only way that we could, get out of this hellhole is to change our lives. And we could stop falling for whores and stop trying to defend whores and allow people who want to be with America, we gonna come out this place. The scripture say that choose this day. I want that scripture too about the side. I'm just gonna call it. Choose this day who you shall serve. Choose this day who you shall serve, man. You gonna serve a whore, or you gonna choose to love the people who need your love? You gonna choose to love that man. Chris Rock was dealing with childhood trauma. You think Will Smith now he know he can't beat Will Smith up. You talking about a man who's been trained for years in action movies and MMA pop and all this stuff. He chose that man. That's how I know that man, that Will Smith, chose what side he was on.
That's right.
He chose the side of America. Give me that scripture.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds.
Let me say, man, all weapons are not carnal. Let me tell you something. We're not telling you to go out there and lynch the white man for what he did to us,
right?
Or telling you lynch a whore, stone a whore,
right?
No, shit was just back in the day. Shit, we had all kinds of stuff going on,
right?
We're not telling. That's not even. Put that scripture back up. Let's see. That's not the issue. The issue is yourself. The issue is yourself that you rather fight for a whore than fight for the love of your brother. To rather have that David and Jonathan love. David and Jonathan families hated each other. You're not ready for that. You can't let it surpass a woman who's for everybody. A woman that don't belong to neither one of y'all. You fighting for her?
If I could.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just like Future said, she's for the streets. That's what she for. And you over there fighting for somebody that's for the streets.
Yeah, like you said, you fighting for somebody for the streets. A woman's for the streets don't need you to protect her. How can a black man protect a black woman who don't want to be protected?
Right.
You come and save her out the drying water. You come give her a better life. You tell her change her life. You don't need to be a whore no more. You don't need to be a whore to go make money. And she said, well, she take you get out that water, she go jump right back in that water. Now what we're gonna do? You know how hard it is now for a man? You know how hard it is, and America did its job of making it hard for us to change our life. Because what America did, America made, back in the day, whores used to be a thing where a lot of people was not a whore, right? It would be like undercover. Right. It wasn't bloated. It was women that covered themselves was shown, like, oh, that's a righteous woman, right? Especially through the civil rights movement, all women they like their hair, they short their hair, and all of that. Now, the woman who represents our community are whores. I mean, but people used to love Beyonce. Beyonce never used to show her body. Right. Beyonce just posted a picture with her damn little titties out. Like,
my goodness.
Beyonce, the same people the woman that used to represent everything, like I want Beyonce.
All right.
America did its job. All our people are becoming in bed with America, and the only way we could fight America is through what? Read that again.
It's the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 4. Mm-hmm. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds.
The only way for we to fight and win is to pull down that stronghold. And what weapons we have? Weapons of God, telling people to change their life. It's not good to be a whore. It's not good to be homosexuals. And you will see America's kingdom fall because America's kingdom is ran on the backs, blood, sweat, and tears of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's right.
And when they change their life, when blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans change their life and stop following His laws, statutes, and commandments, and stop choosing to be whores and lay in bed with whores, then they will stop choosing to lay in bed with the great whore that sit upon many waters. Right. America. If you learn how to control yourself against the whores, the regular whores, mm-hmm. America is just gonna be another step. Yeah. I've seen that before. I seen that whore. She tried to make me see that she can have multiple husbands. I can play that already. She told me that she was gonna love me, but she never loved me. I'm about action now. That whore told me that I could be about that. I gotta watch a woman's actions. She told me that instead of loving America, I gotta see what America's really about through their actions. I seen America helping the Ukrainians, but when the Mexicans come over, they put their babies in borders. That's right. I seen America do that. I seen America ship the Arabs first class flight after fighting for them for 40 years. And when the Haitians needed help and was under the border, was under the bridge, they didn't help them with all that money they had. Right. I seen that America was the biggest whore because I fought for their love, but they gave their love to every other nation but Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's what America did, just like a whore. When Will Smith was fighting for that woman, Will Smith was fighting for that love for that woman. She gave her love to every other man but him, just like America. Right. You got pictures with her. You got pictures with her and Will Smith, not even smiling. But she goes smiling with that August Alsina boy. Right. That's just like America. You a hypocrite. Right. Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans America never witnessed any other body serve them better than Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Anybody fight for their love more than Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans? So and then through that, America helps the same people they've been warring with. Yeah, I'm right. America go and help the Arabs. I'm talking about 40 years of fighting. They go and help them rather than helping the people who's in love with them. Right. That's America, and that's why the scriptures call her a great whore. It's the same qualities, a hypocrite. And you always fight for the love of a whore, that whore always gonna show you whose side she's really on. Right. When Will Smith then slapped that boy and came back, what she did? She just stand there and looked. Wasn't even pleased. She's like, well, what you think this is gonna make me feel better about you? I'm still not in love with you. Right. Take that. You need to take that, black man, and see that. No matter what you do for a whore, or don't matter what you do for America, you're not gonna get their love. That's right. Because their love don't exist for Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Right. Their love don't exist. And what they doing right now in the start of World War III is they are lifting their own skirt because they are drunk and they showing everybody in the world that Black, Hispanics, they don't love Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They making their own case for Christ when he come back. They're going to be like, Christ is gonna be like, well, how come you denied them babies that was in the border? Right. Oh, we didn't let them in because there was drug criminals or drug dealers. Right. Those are worse in Mexico. They're like, well, you let them Ukrainians come in. Wasn't they drug dealers and criminals too? Well, yeah, that's different. Why is it different? Oh, I don't know. Right. You are so drunk that you are uncovering your skirt. You are showing your nakedness. You got something to say, sir?
Yeah, kind of. I just want to say what you dropping is super heavy because if the Lord's gonna ask him all the questions, like why do you let the Mexicans in or the Haitians in, and they turn around and say because they were rapists and murderers and drug dealers, but the Native Americans of this land let the so-called white man in. The so-called white man in this country, and the so-called white man was rapists, drug dealers, they were killers, and all that. What I'm saying? So it just goes to show that the so-called white man is a hypocrite, man.
A hypocrite, sir. And that was so heavy what you were saying now, because even with the Native Americans, man, they did it. After doing that again, like they came and started them, right? Then after that, they still try to seek their love. Right. Like that's what the problem is. We love whores. Mm-hmm. We love whores, and that's why we love America, because America is the biggest whore. And the Native Americans, they came and slaughtered the Native Americans. They shipped the Native Americans was actually the first slaves on boats. They shipped them to you. They shipped them, and they had a slave that came back called Squanto. He's the one who showed them how to live off the land, do everything. You know what they did? To say thank you? They killed him again because Squanto thought that he could show that he could get the love again of the whore. Right. He could win back the love of the whore. When the whore never loved you from the beginning. Will Smith is in love with this woman because he thinks that one time this woman actually loved him, but this woman never loved him. Yeah, right now, Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, we are fighting for that love that we think America had for us at one point in time. That love never existed. That love was just to get us where we at right now, sinning against our God, and being an embarrassment, just the way a whore is, just the way Jada was, to have a man that is serving her in every way in being embarrassed, just like a domesticated dog. You don't even feed a dog for 3 days, or you go hit him and do this, he's still gonna be serving it to you. Right. And that's what Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans right now. We are following a whore, and we are seeking love that we can't get from no one else but the people we are sacrificing for America.
That's right.
The people that the brothers that you coming over here and selling drugs to and killing and doing all that stuff, your own people, that's the love that you need. But you willing to do that to them to show how much you love America. And you just another Will Smith who's a coward and hates his people. But the Lord is so just, the Lord is willing to let you change your life. Whether you're a man who hates your brother or a whore, that's why the Christ said there's neither male nor female. For we are all one in Christ.
Right.
That's what it is, man. And you can repent and change your life. You got something to say?
I just got a precept
Yeah, go ahead.
saying about Jada, like she is a dog.
Right.
And
Yeah, go ahead and get your thing.
this is Ecclesiastes. It's like Ecclesiastes. Right. 26 to 25.
All right, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 26, verse 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord.
That's it right there. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm just saying. So that the Bible is letting you know Jada Pinkett is a bitch. That's like but that's what a female dog is.
Right.
Okay. She is so shameful, like, and she's so pride in her shame, and that's why she's going to be counted as a dog.
Right. That, man, get him that man. Because he said some churches like this you're not going to see in your Christian church. The Christian church is making you that dog. The Christian church, every sermon is talking about how you're gonna be able to leave your husband and find another man.
Right.
Just because that husband is a good husband, that husband don't like you go to the club and do all this kind of stuff.
Right.
The Christian church made our women whores because the Christian church chose what side they was on. The Christian church chose to sacrifice their people to have the love of the great whore that sit upon waters.
Yeah, right.
And that's what they done did to you. That's the reason why we come out here and let you know, man, that you can fight. Anybody can fight the fights. You just gotta want it. You gotta want it, man.
That's right.
And you have anything to say before we
I had something to say. I had a precept.
Yeah, go ahead, do your thing.
This is the book of John, chapter 15, verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I loved you.
Mm-hmm.
This is Christ speaking, saying that he had ultimate brotherhood. He died for us for our sins.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He loved us. Well, Will Smith should have loved his brother, not to go up there and smack his brother on live television.
Yeah, right.
He should have had some compassion on his brother. Like the priest is bringing out, he should have Matthew 18 and 15, that brother after the show. Go and talk to him alone. Hey, man, but don't do that and, publicly humiliate him. And they just think, black people, they've been doing that, just ratchet ghetto and just got no home training. And you just showed it and just proved it to them. You should have went to that brother alone. Verse 13, greater love hath no man than this, that if a man lay down his life for his friends. Meaning, like what the priest was bringing out, man, if Will Smith to come up out of the world of America, stop trying to please Babylon, stop trying to please the whore. You know what I'm saying? Finally, kill your old self and actually become a brother and love your brother instead of just doing what they want you to do, to go and, publicly humiliate your brother on live television,
Right.
or kill your brothers in the street or sell them drugs. That was utterly disgusting what he did the other day. But he should love his brother. It's a lot.
Somebody may add as well. Did you already pull this one up? Proverbs 23 and 27.
Go ahead.
All right. So it says, for a whore is a deep ditch,
Right.
and a strange woman is a narrow pit. And you
Right.
see, after he get up and trying to fight for this woman who she's an adulterous woman. You know what I'm saying? She can blame her, blame her brothers. She that open marriage and things like that. Like this brother's being put to an open shame now, right? You know what I'm saying? Even when they said at the red table and claimed he had an entanglement, he still stayed with this woman. And matter of fact, she said something about she at the red table. She said it's her choice to sleep with whoever she wants to.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And just to have a woman like that would drive you crazy. You know what I'm saying? She'll destroy you. And this is what's happening with Will Smith, man. He's destroying himself. He's making himself look crazy, going on stage, slapping brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like this woman has brought this brother down to a low place, man, a deep ditch, man. Right. You understand that? It should be a warning for brothers. You need to be very careful on a rib that you choose, man. You understand? Because you lay with a woman that's your rib, right? And she could destroy you, brother. Right. It's like,
you want to say that?
Yeah.
Go ahead, do you think?
It's like, if I could, what you're saying is heavy though, because like what he was saying earlier was like, whenever she committed that adultery, you should have left her alone. But since he stayed with that woman, now that woman is ruling over him and his household. Not only has it affected just her, that way of thinking affected Will's daughter, because now Will's daughter believes in that she can be polyamorous, meaning they can have multiple sex partners. Now he can't even protect his daughter because he kept this woman around. He could have given that woman up. You're supposed to do according to the scriptures. Hey, she had dinner with another man. She's put away. She's no longer your wife. That's his problem to deal with. Now he has to deal with that, and now his son is now homosexual because of the ways that his mother believes in, and now his daughter is affected by it. He can't even protect his daughter. Right. Now he has to worry about what he did on the Oscars, living for the rest of his life. He got to worry about what his wife is doing to him. He got to live with that for the rest of his life. His movies don't matter. Now he got to worry about his daughter might be turned into a whore next. That's right. It's a lot.
With the priest, they bring out is real heavy, man. Because like, you know, what y'all saying is like Will Smith, he basically, since he wants to stay with that woman, he making his daughter a whore. Mm-hmm. He's making his daughter a whore, and he's making his son a homosexual. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, his daughter is a whore, and his son is a homosexual, because he chose to lay down in the bed with a whore. He chose to accept back a whore. He had a decision to make. He had a decision to make when that woman, you know, committed adultery against him. He had a decision to leave that woman, or do what the Bible said, leave that woman. Even Christ said that. Right. Christ said you could do. A woman could damn near blow out your windows in your car, cut up all your Jordans, and you cannot leave her.
That's right.
Except if she commits adultery. That's why we read in Jeremiah, I believe it was 3:1.
I believe so.
3:1 that you can't. A land greatly polluted. Now, why are you going back to it? Then just that you should take that. You should take that and what the priest was saying and apply it the same way with America. We made a covenant with America. We said, okay, we do this with America, and America showed us that they wasn't with us. Right. America showed us that they chose somebody else. They could have been adulterous. Why we keep accepting them? Why do we keep accepting the same people who then showing us through their actions they do not care about with us, because we are not their responsibility. They are not accountable for us because we are slaves. Right. They only account. That's why they call this place. Nobody can get away with calling this place the home of the free, home of the brave, land of opportunity, because it is for everybody but Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Right. To us, this is the land of slaves. They land of the free, land of opportunity, because they tell everybody in the nation, you can come and get a hand of this little bit of slavery we got going on with these Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Mm-hmm. You know how I know? Because they come over here and get loans. How do these men come over here and they get nail shops and hair stores? Mm-hmm. Arabs come over here and get gas stations in Black neighborhoods. Right. Buc-ee's ain't owned by no Arabs. Right. Buc-ee's is a big gas station. It ain't no bad neighborhood. It's in a good neighborhood. You got to go somewhere good to get a Buc-ee's. Right. All the raggedy corner stores, all the ones with the Black and Milds and the cigarillos, all these different, all that stuff is in your neighborhoods. Mm-hmm. And guess what? You don't have to be of age to get it. You know how many Black people I know was smoking since the age of 10 and just walk up in the store and the Arabs are behind the corner, and you think because he's cool, he gonna give you that cigarillo? He's giving it to you because he wants you to be a slave. That's right. You come over there and you buying alcohol because he wants you to be a slave. Right. Mm-hmm. And don't get me, and worse in New York, you get drugs from behind the corner, real drugs, at a young age. Mm-hmm. Let me make sure these people are in bed with me. Give them something to fight for. Good night. I'll make sure you stay with this weed. You gonna king bag. That's what Jada got Will Smith doing. Jada give Will something, probably a little something. He keep fighting for that, just like a slave in America who got Stockholm syndrome. Right. Fighting for that little thing that they doing that he likes. Will Smith then took up all this. He chose that life. He chose to be in bed with a whore. That Chris Rock then chose that for you. That brother didn't deserve for you to come up there. You lucky that brother didn't knock him upside the head. Right. You should have wished that brother knocked you upside the head to deal with that judgment. Now you might got to deal with the judgment of the Lord. That's right. That's how we read in Matthew 5:22, man. Angry with your brother without a cause. You're not angry at your brother, you're angry at everybody else. Mm-hmm.
You ain't going nobody else. If Mike Tyson was up there, he wasn't gonna slap Mike Tyson.
Mm-mm.
You slap the brother who deal with childhood abuse, trauma, just like America slaps Black, Hispanic, Native Americans when all we've been through is trauma.
That's right.
Right.
Because ye are of your father, the devil.
That's
right.
Let's get that. That's gonna be our last scripture. That's gonna be our last scripture. We're gonna close out. That's exactly what Will Smith is. He's of his father, the devil.
John 8:44.
John 8:44. Come on, Percepticon. I'll be cooking in that.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm losing it.
I'm slacking, I guess. You said John 8:44. It's the book of John, chapter 8, verse 44.
Mm-hmm.
Ye are of your father, the devil.
Now, who is Christ talking to when this is going on? Christ is talking to Black, Hispanic, Native Americans. He's talking to the Pharisees and Sadducees. He's talking to us, just like I'm talking to us, right? I'm talking to Black, Hispanic, Native Americans. Keep going.
And the lust of your father ye will do.
Who is your father? The father will be America today. Will be the so-called white man today. You do the lust that he wants. You do everything America wants you to do, and Will Smith did that. Will Smith want him to go and hit his brother on live television, and he did that because he's of his father. He chose to hit a brother when he went through childhood trauma. He chose to hit that man, pick on him, just like America chose to pick on Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans when we have nothing but childhood trauma, nothing but PTSD from slavery. That's all we have, and America chose to pick on us. Pick on God's chosen people when God was not with us. Only a coward and a bastard would do something like that. And that's exactly what Will Smith is, because he's of his father, the devil. He's just like America. He's just like the white man. And that's why we say the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of, man.
Right.
And then with that, we're going to get the wait, hold on. You got anything to say?
I got nothing
Anybody
to say.
got anything to say? You sure? All right, you up? All right.
You got the security announcements?
Oh, you don't have it? I don't know why I got it, man.
I know I don't got it.
Did you send it to me?
I got it.
Maybe.
You got it?
We're at ISUPK. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months where the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is the commandments, Numbers 18 and 21. Malachi 3, 8 through 10 means 10th. In Hebrew, ma'ashra, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or the teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you should like. Upcoming holy convocations.
Upcoming holy convocations is the Passover, the 14th day of the first month, Friday, April 15th, 2022, which can be found in the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verses 1 through 51, the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verses 4 through 5, the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 5, verses 7 through 8, and the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 30, verse 17. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be in Cocoa Beach, Florida, April 15th, the Passover.
Check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Bands, boots, shirt, pants, headband, scarf. I'll pass the class back over to priest and officer, the dialogue.
All right, with that, we're going to stand and give a courtesy to the brothers and sisters. Serious salute to the brothers. Shalom, y'all. Bashem Shabbat Amaju Shabbat. Good. Amaju Barak.
Yahweh Shem Shabbat.
All right. Yahya Matad. All right, turn, face the sisters. Sisters, you can stand. Amaju Shabbat. Amaju Barak. All right. Yahya Matad.
Dismiss. You get a close it first.
All right.
I'm not there yet.
You trying to grab the whole time?
Extra class.
I'll be trying to tell you.
Don't slide.